Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Robert Sports Show. I'm your host, Robert. Alright, NCAA College Football Week 17, Week 2 of the bowl games. Last week, 5-2 on straight-up picks, 4-3 against the spread, 4-3 on the over-under, 13-8 overall. Brings the year-to-date totals to 249-63 straight-up picks, 169 and 143 on against the spread, 158 and 154 over-under, still at 61.5%. So I'm definitely happy with the way the picks have gone this year. So this week we'll have the week 2 of the bowl games. Next week we'll do the third week of the bowl games that lead up to New Year's, that start on Christmas. And then we'll do the playoff 2 games separate. So we'll do the playoff video separate from the bowl games. And then we'll do the championship game by itself as well. Alright, so week 17, first off, we have the Scooters Coffee 6th Annual Fresno Bowl, the American Conference versus Sunbelt, the 8-4 University of Texas San Antonio Roadrunners versus the 6-6 Marshall Thundering Herd. That game literally starts in an hour and 10 minutes from now. The Roadrunners are favored by 12. I got them winning, covering, and over on the 51.5. Next up, the 10th Annual RoofClaim.com Boca Raton Bowl, American versus ACC. 6-6 South Florida Bulls versus the 6-6 Syracuse Orange. Syracuse favored by 2.5. I got them winning, covering, and over on the 56.5. The 15th Annual Union Home Mortgage Gasparilla Bowl, ACC versus Big 12. Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets 6-6 versus the UCF Knights 6-6. UCF is favored by 4.5. I got them winning, covering, and under on the 67.5. Before the season began, and I'll do this again next season before the season begins, I do a realignment type video. So I go through all 133, 134, I think we're adding one next year, schools, put them in more regional conferences, and kind of have actually playoffs, unlike this whole committee thing and everything. Literally, it's kind of like the NFL. Literally, it's like the NFL. You have basically 8 conferences, 16 divisions. You play your season, you have your division winners, then each conference play one another, you have a conference champion, you rotate who plays who for the conference championship, after the conference championship and the 8-team playoff, and then you go from there to a champion. Having all these 6-6 teams in bowl games, why not have Union Home Mortgage, RoofClaim.com, Famous Idaho Potato, Lockhart Martin, 60 Adventure, Las Vegas, instead of having them sponsor bowl games and pay $2, $3, $4 million to these teams, have them sponsor the league for that money. The money gets separated. So, like if you have, for instance, the SEC, you would have the 68 Ventures SEC conference, and instead of $2 million, $1 million, whatever it is that go to those 2 conferences for that game, they go to the league, and see if some of these sponsors maybe pay a little bit more, because it's going to be every time it's mentioned. It's the 68 Ventures SEC game, Atlanta whoever versus whoever. Hey, the 68 Ventures SEC, the Lockhart Martin Midwest Mountain West, or whatever it is. Kind of get away from as many bowl games, narrow the bowl games down, still have your postseason games. Have a fewer bowl games instead of a bunch of 500 teams. You might have people that are above 500. So it's just a thing I'm working on. Again, I did it before the season begins. I'll throw the link up there, so if you look at the attached videos, it'll be there. And I'll do a new one when the season begins next year, as we add teams, as we move these conferences around, because we know the Pac-12 is going away for the most part, except for 2 teams, and everybody's moving to the Big Ten, which I think was going to water down the Big Ten. Moving to the Big 12, it's going to water down SEC, etc. So, just thoughts I have, opinions I have no issue expressing my opinions. So we have the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets versus the UCF Knights. UCF is favored by 4.5. I got them winning, covering, under on the 67.5. The 10th Annual Camilla Bowl, Sunbelt versus MAC. 6-6 Arkansas State Red Wolves versus the 6-6 Northern Illinois Huskies. Arkansas State is favored by 2.5. I got them winning, covering, and under on the 53.5. The Birmingham Bowl, 17th Annual, Troy Trojans 11-2 versus the 7-5 Duke Blue Devils. Troy's favored by 7.5. I got them winning, covering, and over on the 44. The 27th annual famous Idaho Potato Bowl, Mountain West versus Sun Belt. Georgia State Panthers 6-6, Utah State Aggies 6-6. Utah State Aggies is favored by 2.5. I got them winning, covering, and over on the 59.5. The 21st annual Lockhart Martin Air Force Bowl, Sun Belt versus Mountain West. James Madison Dukes 11-1. They actually had a self-induced postseason ban, so they weren't able to go for the Sun Belt title. That's why they're here, and Appalachian State went for the Sun Belt title. But I think next year they can. So as good as they were this year, if they can bring that back next year, they'll be in the contention for the 12-team playoff. Highly doubt they'll get there, but they'll be in contention. It's going to be 12 of the of the Power 4 teams. All right, St. Madison's favored by 2.5. I got them winning, covering, and over on the 41. The 25th annual 68 Ventures Bowl in Mobile, Alabama. This thing's been called so many different bowls over the years. It was the really just lost what I was going to say. Oh my goodness. Yeah, the 68 Ventures Bowl has been the Linden Tree Bowl, the Dollar Tree Bowl, the GoDaddy.com Bowl, the GoDaddy Bowl, the GMAC Bowl, and the Mobile Alabama Bowl. So it's had multiple names over the year. Now it is the 68 Ventures Bowl. MAC versus Sun Belt. South Alabama Jaguars 6-6 versus Eastern Michigan Eagles 6-6. Another 500 team. A lot of 6-6 teams here. South Alabama is favored by 17. It's a big number there. I got Eastern Michigan covering the 17. South Alabama winning, and I am taking over on the 46.5. 31st annual Las Vegas Bowl, Big Ten versus Pac-12. Here we go. A couple big boys. The 8-4 Utah Utes versus the 7-5 Northwestern Wildcats. Utah favored by 6.5 with an over/under of 42. Utah wins, covers, over on the 42. And then the 20th annual Hawaii Bowl, Sun Belt versus Mountain West. We have San Jose State favored by 10. I got them winning, covering. Sorry, we get the Coastal Carolina Chanticleers 7-5 versus the San Jose State Spartans 7-5 as well. San Jose State is favored by 10. I got them winning, covering, and over on the 52. So the game that starts in about an hour or so. The 6th annual Frisco Bowl. I have the UTSA, University of Texas San Antonio Road Runners winning. The roofclaim.com Boca Raton Bowl, Syracuse Orange winning. The Union Home Mortgage Gasparilla Bowl, UCF Knights winning. The Camella Bowl, Arkansas State Red Wolves winning. Birmingham Bowl, Troy Trojans winning. The famous Idaho Potato Bowl, the Utah State Aggies winning. The Lockhart Martin Armed Forces Bowl, James Madison Dukes winning. 68 Ventures Bowl, South Alabama Jaguars winning. Las Vegas Bowl, the Utah Utes winning. And then the Hawaii Bowl, the San Jose State Spartans winning. That is NCAA college football, Week 17 bowls, the Week 2 of the bowl games. As always, thanks for watching Robert Sports Show. Don't just have a great day, have a spiffy day. Robert Sports Show, your YouTube leader, sports channel content.